All right, good afternoon, friends. I'm going to be super short today because I have a lot to do. I've been doing a lot. I've actually had a lot going on today. But if you read the caption, what I'm going to share with you today is something that I personally have struggled with a lot in my life, and it's it's thinking that I can't be happy until until some sort of external circumstance uh, creates that happiness for me. So, for instance, like I'll be happy when I reach this goal, or I'll be happy when I have this much money, or when I have this car, or when I'm living in this certain type of house, or when my organization and my business gets this big, or when I reach this rank, then I'll be happy. And what I've realized is, you know, treating life that way, it's like you'll never truly be happy. Like you'll always, because there's always something greater. There's always something more. I mean, there's people right now that, gosh, would give anything to have your life or to be in your circumstance. And one thing I like to do, one thing that puts things in perspective for me is writing in a gratitude journal. I write in this thing every day. I mean, every once in a while I'll miss a day, but for the most part, every single day, I write in this journal. And it just puts things in perspective, what I have now to be grateful for. And it's like if you sat in front of a fire and said, "All right, if you give me heat, then I'll put some wood in." You know, and it just doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. You got to be happy first. I heard something. Gosh, this was one of the most profound things I've ever heard in relation to business, and it was in a recent training by a guy by the name of Justin Prince, and it was for the elite leaders. This was just a couple of days ago. But he said something that his mentor told him. He said, his mentor was very successful in his network marketing business, had a huge organization. He said, "So Justin, if I were to take my entire organization and put it underneath you, for instance, like put it in your organization where you had all these people on your team, you had this huge organization," he said, "would you show up differently? Would your energy be different? Would you be more engaged? Would you be more fired up? Would you lead at a higher level?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And the mentor was like, "Well, shame on you, because when you show up, when you bring that energy, when you bring, that life into your business, when you lead at that level, when you know, it, it starts with you. It starts with you, and then that stuff follows. You have to lead first, and then that stuff follows. Just like in life, you have to be happy first. Then you'll attract those things into your life. A lot of times, you know, even in my relationship, my wife and I, we uh, we we're always working on our relationship together. We like in fact, I just today bought the 5 love languages, and I've heard about it, and I know the concept and I know the different love languages, but I really want to read the book thoroughly just to understand how to love her better, and we talk about just our life, Aaliyah and I, and I think sometimes, well, if this were happening more, I'd be more happy, or if this, you know, was different, I may be happier, or but it's in fact the opposite. When I'm happy and I'm loving her the way she deserves to be loved, then those other things start to happen more, and the relationship gets better by default. Um, and so that's really just the short message is don't don't put your happiness off. Don't leave your joy up to external circumstances. Don't leave your attitude, your spirit, your energy, your frequency, your mood. Don't relinquish control of that to external forces. Your other things that are around you, you control that. That's one thing God gave us the ability to do is control our mental attitude. Yes, things outside of our control may occur, but it's absolutely up to us how we respond to those things. It's absolutely up to us um, how we decide to, deal with those. And our attitude, I heard it once said, and I wish I remembered who said this, but because I definitely didn't come up with it. But very few things I say I came up with myself. I'm always trying to learn and read and listen. But basically, what I heard was God made animals so that they can adapt to their environment, right? Animals can change their colors to fit their environment, or they're able to adapt to their habitats, and whether it's for defense mechanisms or whether it's survival. It's just animals can adapt, whether it's their body temperature to the, you know, weather conditions, whatever it is. Animals can adapt to fit their surroundings, but us as human beings, the way God made us is we can actually change our world to fit us by the way we think. Also heard Justin reference this, but I've heard it before by Wayne Dyer. He said, if you change the way you look at something, what you're looking at changes. It's all about perception, right? And how we perceive the world is dependent upon our mental attitude, our positive outlook. You can focus on the negative, you can focus on the positive. Wherever you focus on, where your focus goes, energy flows. Whatever you focus on will expand. So if you're looking for the negative, like if you subconsciously just expect bad things to happen or expect the negativity to occur in your life, you attract it. You do. It's like those people that used to see that nothing goes right for them. It's just like one thing after the other. But then there's other people that it seems like everything they touch turns to gold. Everything just happens in their favor. And it's because they're attracting that by what they expect, what they believe, and I spoke a little bit about that yesterday, but it's just, we get what we picture, we get what we expect. So, when our inner world, I know I mentioned this yesterday, our inner world creates our outer world. So when you're looking for happiness, sometimes it starts within you. Find a way to make someone else happy. Find a way to give. Find a way to contribute. Find a way to lift someone else up. The quickest way to 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 feel joy is to spread joy. Spread love. It seems like the world right now is just so divided. It just seems like every agenda is just trying to divide us. Out there, and it's up to us to be stronger than that, to see above that, and to bring people together and spread love and have each other's back, regardless if our opinions may differ in a certain area. Just be compassionate, be understanding. People have their own beliefs, people have their own opinions about things. Just you may not agree with it. Just be understanding. Say, hey, I get it. It's not, may not be the way I feel, but you don't have to, just do you. Just do your own thing, but just love each other and just be happy in this world, because I tell you, life is short. Life is really short, and the more we think about that, mortality is it's a touchy subject, but sometimes I contemplate on it. Sometimes I really think about, death and how quickly, that's approaching for everyone. And it's not fun to think about. It's almost a little scary sometimes, on but on that same note, it makes you appreciate the present time, the present moment. A friend of mine, Brandon Forbes, posted this morning. He said something to the fact that if you're depressed, or if you're feeling depressed, it's because you're thinking about the past. Or if you're feeling anxious or feeling anxiety, it's because you're focusing too much on the future. Be present in the moment, because really all that matters is right now. Everything else is just in your mind. The future's in your mind. It's not here. Right now is the only thing that's here. The past is in your mind. It's not, it's just what's right now. And a lot of times we get so caught up thinking about the past, thinking about the future. What if this, or what if that, or, and we don't focus enough on right now. We don't focus enough on the present. We don't focus enough on the things that actually matter. And I'm guilty of this. I'm guilty of it. So that's kind of just my message for the day is, don't wait on anything else to make you happy. Be happy right now, and find ways to spread that joy, and find ways to make others feel good. Others feel good. Whether that's a genuine compliment, whether that's reaching out to someone and just letting them know how much they mean to you, Whether it's telling your spouse or your children, hey, I love you. I care about you. You mean the world to me. And sometimes we feel like people assume or it's understood and they just know, but sometimes it doesn't hurt to just reach out and acknowledge that fact. So, um, but just don't wait. Don't feel like you got to wait. Don't feel like something else is going to make you happy. Because even I've got new cars and stuff, and it's fun for the first couple weeks. After that, it's just a car note, you know. Yeah, you may get a compliment on it every once in a while, but really, what does it matter? The things that actually matter in life, money can't buy. It's like your family, your, you know, love, health, um, your spirituality, your relationship with God, things like that. Or when it all comes down to it, family, those are the things that really matter. And you got those things. And and if you take the time to write down those things in the morning, write down even at night, things that you're grateful for, it'll put a lot in perspective. Because a lot of times we tend to focus on what we don't have. And then we attract more of that. But when you're grateful for what you do have and you take care of what you do have and nurture what you do have, and you'll attract more. I think when we're appreciative and we're thankful and we're grateful to God for the blessings that we have, I think we'll attract more of that. And when we learn to do good with what we have, we'll attract more of that. Uh, if you're in business, like if you're in the same type of business I am, which a lot of, I guess, my audience is, you know, uh, what are you doing with your team of 10 people? And do you expect to have a team of 1,000? How can you have a team of 1,000 if you can't lead 10? Are you leading that team? Are you showing up for that team? Become the person that can lead a team of 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000. So anyway, I hope that reaches the right person today. I hope it helps someone. I'm talking to myself too. This is simply a reminder to myself as well. I was thinking about, I was actually outside doing some work and listening to some stuff today, and it just put a lot in perspective for me. So that was what I want to share. So much love. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen. And if you feel it could help someone, feel free to share it. Appreciate all the love and support. I'll probably see you guys again tomorrow. So have a good one. Take care, guys.